Hello student, Jai Bharat. So yesterday we have started the chapter rotational motion, and today we will also talk about the further about this rotational motion. And once again we will discuss chapter number 4, even though we have discussed yesterday. Explain the characteristic of rotational motion. Before that, student, I would like to recall you the definition that what is rotational motion. That if all the particles if all the particles of the body move along a circular path and centers of all these circles falls on a definite straight line, then the motion of the body is called rotational motion. Before discussing this rotational motion, we have discussed what is rigid body, and we have seen that in the case of a uh, rigid body is a body with a perfectly defined and unchanging shape, and the distance between all the pairs of particles of the rigid body do not change, then this body is known as rigid body. Okay. So if students the rigid body is performing rotational motion, then the body is made up of many particles. Then if all the particles of the rigid body move along a circular path and the center of all these circles fall on a definite straight line, then the motion of the body is called rotational motion. Okay, now the next question is characteristic of rotational motion. We have discussed it yesterday, but still I would like to explain. In a rotational motion of a rigid body about a fixed axis, every particle of the body moves in a circle which lies in a plane perpendicular to the axis and has its center on this axis. So student, as far as this figure is concerned, this is a rigid body and there are many particles. For the sake of the simplicity, P1, P2 and P3 are shown, and there are reference axes OX, OY and OZ. Reference axis is shown. Now student, as the body rotates about the stationary z-axis, particle P2 describes a circle. Circle has radius and center, so radius of the circle is R2 and center falls on a definite straight line, and the plane of the circle, that is x and y, is perpendicular to the what we call is axis of rotation. Similarly, P1 also describes a circle whose radius is R1 and whose center is also on a definite straight line. P3 do not describe any circle because it is on the axis of rotation, so its radius is 0. And mind well that the plane of the circle of P2 may be or may not be equal to the plane of the circle of P1. The same thing I am explaining now, student. So concentrate. In figure, rotational motion of the body shows about the z-axis of the frame of reference. Let P1 be a particle of the rigid body conveniently chosen, arbitrarily means at a distance r1 from the axis. Still, if you have any confusion, this is known as axis. And its distance is r1. So P1 is arbitrarily chosen. The particle P1 describes a circle of radius r1 with its center c1 on the fixed axis. The circle lies in a plane perpendicular to the axis. Another particle P2 of the rigid body. P2 is a distance r2 from the fixed axis. The particle P2 move in a circle of radius r2 and with center c2 on the axis. The circles described by P1 and P2 may lie in different planes. Both these planes are perpendicular to the fixed axis. So student, Here, for any particle on the axis like P3, R3 is equal to 0, in any such particle remains stationary while the body rotates. So particle P3 will remain stationary and the body rotates, that you can understand. In rotation of a spinning top, now we are discussing further. This is the spinning force top. So student, this was the case of rotational motion about a fixed axis. Now we are discussing a special case, the rotation of the top. So here axis of rotation is not fixed. Axis of rotation, as you can see, this axis of rotation, axis of rotation, axis of rotation. So the axis of rotation may get changed, but the point of contact always remains fixed. This is the message I want to convey by explaining the example of the top. You can see in a rotation of a spinning top, the axis may not be fixed. As shown in the figure, assume that the spinning top rotates at a fixed place. So this point is fixed. This point is fixed. The axis of such a spinning top moves around the vertical through its point of contact with the ground, sweeping out a cone as shown in the figure. You can see, student, here this is the axis of rotation, 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 and it is sweeping out a cone, and the point of contact remains stationary, but the axis of rotation is changing continuously. So let me repeat my statement. The axis of such spinning top moves around the vertical through its point of contact. So here you can see it has moved from this position to this position, this position to this position, and this point of contact remains same in each case. With let me repeat, the axis of such spinning top moves around the vertical through its point of contact with the ground, sweeping out a cone as shown in the figure. This movement of the axis of the top around the vertical is termed as precession. Here the point of contact of the top with the ground is fixed. So the movement of the axis of the top around the vertical is termed as this precession, but the point of contact of the top with the ground is fixed. The axis of rotation of the top at any instant passes through the point of contact. So at any instant, the axis of rotation passes through the point of contact. So point of contact remains fixed. Another example of this kind of rotation is oscillating table fan or a pedestal fan. So students, you might have observed the oscillating table fan. This is the picture of oscillating table fan. So you can see here, student, also the axis of rotation. This is axis of rotation, and this is the fixed contact point. So axis of rotation oscillates between about point O, that you might have observed. The axis of rotation of such fan has an oscillating sidewise movement in a horizontal plane. Horizontal plane, the plane of the floor is horizontal and the plane of the board is vertical. Whenever you have attended your class, the plane of the board is vertical plane and plane of the floor is horizontal plane. So here it is written that, student, this is the axis which is in a horizontal plane. The axis of rotation of such a fan has oscillating movement in a horizontal plane about the vertical through the point at which the axis is pivoted, that is point O in the figure. While the fan rotates, the axis moves sidewise, but the point is fixed. Hence, in the case of a top or a pedestal fan, one point and not one line of the rigid body is fixed. In the previous case, this case entire line was fixed. This line was fixed. Here, that is called axis of rotation. As far as this case is concerned, the axis of rotation moves around the vertical, but the point of contact is fixed. In this case also, the point of contact is fixed. So this is the characteristic of rotational motion. Next question is, explain with illustration the pure translation and combination of translation and rotational motion of the rigid body. Student, this is the trajectory 1 of the first body, this is trajectory 2 of the second body. It's the same body. Two trajectories have been shown in the figure. As you can see, this is the body which is performing maybe a parabolic motion entire. Then you can see the point O, O1, O2 and O3, and the point P1, P2 and P3. So the angle formed alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2 is equal to alpha 3. So it is a pure translation motion. This body do not rotate. But if student, the same body is not only performing translation motion, along with the translation motion it performs rotational motion, then the angle between O1 P1 and the reference line is alpha 1, here O2 P2 and the reference line is alpha 2, here O3 P3 and the reference line is alpha 3. So angles are not same. So here the body as a whole, center of mass, that is O. Center of mass is the point where the entire mass is assumed to be located. So center of mass performs translation motion, and here this is pure translation. This is translation along with rotational. This is the message I want to convey in this question only. Above two figures shows the different motion of the same body. Suppose point P, the three position P1, P2 and P3, point P is any point and its center of mass is at O. Student, center of mass is the concept in this chapter we have to discuss. Suppose this is the object made up of many particles. Then center of mass of the body is a body where its entire mass is assumed to be located. If it is a symmetrical body, then its center of mass is a geometrical center. So if it is not symmetrical body, then we can mathematically calculate its center of mass, and this center of mass may be located inside the body or maybe outside the body. You may get surprised, even though that center of mass may not be within the body, but it is may be considered as located. So here O1, O2 and O3 are the three positions of center of mass, and here the angle between reference line and O1 P1, O2 P2 and reference line, O3 P3 and reference line, alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2 is equal to alpha 3. So it is a pure translation motion without any rotational motion, while this is a different case of combined case of rotational motion and translation motion both. Suppose P is any point and its center of mass is at O. The trajectory of O are the translation trajectories TR1 and TR2 of the body. The positions O and P at three different instants of time are shown by O1, O2, O3 and P1, P2, P3 respectively in both the figures. In figure number A, it is seen that the position does not changes at different position. So they remain same. O1, P1, O2, P2, O3, P3 and the angle made by the reference line remains same. Line like OP have no orientation. The angle makes by OP in horizontal remains them, that is alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2 is equal to alpha 3. Such a case is the case of a pure translation motion. In pure translation motion, the particle like O, P have same velocity at different positions. So we have discussed yesterday, in the case of a pure translation motion, the different particles of the body have the same velocity at different position. In figure number B, in case of a combination of translation and rotational motion, the velocity of O and P differ, and therefore alpha 1 is not equal to alpha 2 is equal to not equal to alpha 3. So as you can see, students, in this figure, velocity of O and P differ. That is why the angle made by what you call is O and P with the horizontal is also changing. So that is why alpha 1 is not equal to alpha 2 is not equal to alpha 3. Such type of motion is a combination of pure translation and a combination of translation motion. Here there is an error. It is not translation, it is rotational motion. Another illustration of such type of the motion, the rolling motion of a cylinder is another illustration of this kind. Here the motion of the rolling of the cylinder on a slope about the fixed axis is the combination of both rotation and translation motion. If a motion of the body is not about any axis or it is a fixed axis, then or not stationary, then it is a pure translation or combination of translation and rotational motion. So here, students, what they want to convey the message, this body is not performing motion about any fixed axis. So here it is translation or combination of translation and rotational. So here we can come to the conclusion that if the body is performing motion about any is not about any axis or a stationary point, then that body may perform either pure translation motion or a combination of translation motion or rotational motion. If the motion of the body is pivoted, for example, in the previous case, this is pivoted motion. The motion of this body is pivoted about this axis. This is suspension. So if the motion of the body is pivoted or stationary by any way, then the motion is always rotational motion. Rotational motion may be about stationary or variable axis, but in this chapter we have to talk about the rotational motion only about the stationary axis. This completes the discussion of introduction of rotational motion. Now we will switch on to the concept of center of mass, and then we shall discuss the vector product of two vectors in this chapter, and we will come back to our discussion of rotational motion, students. I hope all of you are referring the textbook as well as you are doing well at home, because it is very essential for all of you to first of all read the topics in advance before watching this video, and then you watch this video, and now we are getting an opportunity to meet in a week, maybe at least maybe for almost four times in a week. So you can ask me any your doubts, and your role must be clear. After solving your doubts, what is your role at home? Many times I have repeated, let me repeat once again. You have to memorize, you have to learn, you have to write, you have to assess, and if required, rewrite and reassess. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.